This incline is steeper than you think.
Yeah, well, we've been coming up it from
Yeah.
down there.
Whew. Alright, almost back now. That bit there, that's the restaurant, cafe, whatever. We'll go in there in a little while and have a coffee. Still hard to imagine this place working. It's a real, must have been a beehive of activity to have been here 40 plus years ago when it was operational. Interesting. Some more leftovers from a bygone age. Just sitting out here on the cliff, rusting away. Look at this. I know this place is like a, it's like a working museum, but to me this should be better preserved. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe there's loads of them and we don't need to preserve this particular item, but it's quite amazing. I should just, because it will just fall to bits. Very cool though. Rusted out vehicles. See the wheels there. Some sort of like electronics or whatever. So it's got like a bucket on the front, scoop. Very cool. Right, let's head back up here and we'll tripped over a piece of iron. Yeah, we'll head back up. So what did he say check out? He said go up to the dry. The dry. And there were a few more little bits up that end which we need to see. And then we're pretty much done, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. States on this sign, the Holman Collection, 2 centuries of Cornish engineering. This way. Let's have a little look. Alright, visitors, please enter. Alright. Oh. Huh. This way. Old letterbox here. Not too old, because it is dated for Queen Elizabeth II. The bottom fitting shop. I wonder what a bottom fitting shop was. I suppose I could.
Shop at the bottom?
Yeah, I suppose I could read it. So I did do a little bit of reading, and this building was originally one of the mine fitting shops. It was built in the early 1970s to replace a smaller timber-built workshop that dated from the 1920s. Around a dozen fitters worked here, maintaining and repairing the machinery from the washing, crushing and processing plants. After the closure of the mine in 1990, the tools and machinery that remained were sold or scrapped, and the building was just used as a store. So this building that we're in, about 50 years old, early 1970s. Look at all this. It's very random. Rope from HMS Victory. Huh. This rope is from the gun deck of HMS Victory. It was presented to the Holman Dry Dock Penzance. The rope is made from yarns of tarred hemp. These are spun together to make strands. 3 or 4 strands laid up together form hawser-laid rope. Spun yarn plated into a soft flat rope is called sennet. Alright, so there you go. That came from HMS Victory. Brilliant. We did a tour of HMS Victory, by the way. I can leave that video in the description if you want to see it. portable rock breaking machine. This is obviously a mock-up because this wouldn't have been built in 1867. Ooh. The Cornish slab. Have you looked in here? It's very interesting. Camborne engineer gives Cornish slab a new lease of life. It's very cool, isn't it? I wonder if there's a picture of like...
There's a picture
Yeah.
of the day. I do love these old sinks.
Yeah, they're the old like Belfast sinks, aren't they? Yeah. Don't see many Cornish ranges anymore. I'd like to have a Cornish range. I wonder what makes them different from any other range. You know, what's specific? I don't really know enough about them. I don't know what's specific about a Cornish range. Because they are a thing in their own right. Like I say, you don't see them anymore because they're not made, but I don't know. Like I say, I don't know what the difference is between a Cornish range and any other range. If you know, let me know in the comments because I'd like to know. Right, so we're back in the main museum now, and we are after this place called The Dry. We are here,
That way.
so we're going to go down that way and right. It's all signposted actually. That's we went into the Winder House earlier on, so we'll scoot past that now. They must be doing, obviously they've got like construction walls up here, because actually all that is new wood going in up there, so obviously they're doing some upkeep to the to that. Says no entry.
Automatic door.
So we've got the Dry straight ahead. Oh yeah, I can see it up there, and then the Hard Rock Museum to our right. So Shelbo was trying to get in the no entrance.
Well, I was.
There we go. Look,
Don't they know who I am?
the Hard Rock, the story of tin, not Hard Rock Cafe.
Press the button to view the loads on the surface. Oh, all the green lights.
Yeah.
Then press the button to see where the shafts have been sunk.
This area is littered, isn't it?
See what lies under your feet.
Gosh, and there's all the shafts that...
That's underneath us.
Yeah, this is riddled, this coast, isn't it? And I know huge amount of mining in the Camborne Redruth area, but crikey, I think like Geevor, all this sort of area, you know, Trewellard and all, I mean, it takes some beating as well, doesn't it? Wow. I'm just going to film that going down.
Next 300 million years, the mountain chain was continuously moved northward and eroded to partly expose the underlying ground. The final shaping of Cornwall was brought about by climate change over the last 3 million years, when ice ages and rapid changes in sea level created the landscape we see today. The great pressures generated during this process changed the sedimentary rocks into metamorphic rocks that in form...
We were just saying that Matilda would love this because she really likes all of her like sparkly rocks, don't she? I mean, she would just be over the moon looking at that. That's cool. They've got these here on like a little wheel, all these little samples of rock with a little magnifying glass on this side, and you can turn that little wheel thing to focus in on the one you want to see. Like that one there, amethyst. Loving this hat here. It says a toll hat. The states there. Early underground hats or tolls were made of felt, which were then dipped in pine resin to give them strength. Under the toll, miners would wear a cotton skull cap Helps if I'm looking at it. There we go. Very cool. We've got a pair of shoes. Bell maidens' shoes. Because women, it was saying that they worked here as well, more on the surface, doing bits and pieces. But yeah, there's a bonnet that would have been worn by a lady. It just says women often worked above ground on the dressing floors of mines. They would crush and grind ore using a variety of large hammers. There you go. So even our Cornish women worked in our mines. Okay, here we go, some tallow candles, look. Look like they've been, looks like a root vegetable. And some very early lamps, look at that. That's like Roman, isn't it? Oh, here we go. It actually says that. These lamps burn a wick in oil to create the light. They were used as far back as Roman times, possibly earlier. Very interesting. Oh, all right, my love.
These bow maidens.
Oh yeah, bow maidens. Oh look, they're Campbell girls there.
Yeah. Could have been me.
Yeah. Some artefacts here as well. The shovel head. This wooden shovel head was recovered from a bog. Gosh. Amazing. Antler pick. There you go. Look, a traditional wooden exploder. Fire in the hole! Alright, mate.
Thank you.
Just to give you a little idea of what it would have been like. There's like a little map showing you, so we're here, the Victory shaft. Look at all that. Obviously all now submerged in water. A sub-incline shaft that's all flooded now, because obviously all this is under the sea. Because I think the Levant mine goes about a mile off the coast, under the sea, hundreds of feet below the sea. There's a little cinema here with like a video there playing. You can see why so many of them were deaf. Okay, that little cinema was just in through there. Really interesting, actually. It was quite interesting to sit down and look at. I know this sounds sort of very patriotic, but Cornish miners, I don't care what anyone says, best in the world.
Well, they reckon you'll find a Cornish tin miner at the bottom of most mines across the Corsica.
Yeah. Yes, you heard it here first. Or you've probably heard it many times who have, you know, people who've talked about Cornish mining, but Cornish miners, best in the world. The Dry. So the chap who did the tour, oh, we're going in that way. So the chap who did the tour, he recommended that we visited the Dry, yeah, so let's head in. Geevor Dry. This exhibition area opened in May 2001. Alright, there's a miner there. Oh! It's okay, I think the camera's alright. Right, what have we got? The Dry. Miners would begin to arrive after 6 in the morning. Clock in and enter the Dry, a place where they laughed and joked as they changed into their underground clothes. On leaving the Dry, instructions would be given in the shift boss's office. The miners would then walk down to the landing house next to the shaft, picking up their lamp on the way. Ah, so this is like the place where they used to
Staff room.
staff room, yeah, get themselves ready. Get them down there smoking there. Willie Thomas.
Well, let's face it, smoking was not going to be the most harmful thing that was happening.
No.
And I know you see lots of images of them not wearing a lot of clothes, but they were so hot.
Oh, it was baking down there, wasn't it?
And it was just one more thing to replace.
But we were saying that, you know, hard hats, yes, obviously they've got the lamp on, but you think no, like, safety goggles, no ear defenders. I mean, it's quite unbelievable. And we're not really talking, in the grand scheme of things, we're not talking that long ago. You know, 30, 40 years ago. I mean, how things have changed. I expect, well, I don't know. I mean, I've never been down a working mine today, but I would imagine they'd at least have ear defenders on. So this is the mine superintendent. This is his...
So they would come in, get
office.
their jobs, and off they trot.
Yeah. All right, boss, what are we doing today? Mining. So here we've got the mine captain. It was Alan Brewer in 1986. Oh, he's got a pasty there. Nice. Wonder where that was made from. Where do you reckon?
I reckon his wife made it for him.
Yeah, probably. Homemade pasty. Mine superintendent. Garfield Geach, is that? Geach. Again, same date stamp, 1986. And mine captain, 1986, Jeremy Green. So there's two mine captains here. Interesting. So senior staff, dry. I wonder why it was called a dry.
It said on the side it was about when it was steam powered, it would be very hot and dry in here.
Oh, right, okay.
And probably where you would come to get clean and dry.
Yeah. So you've got your lockers there. Some names. Mr. Pascoe. That's his locker. It's quite weird, like going through these old lockers. Got a shower here. Just to get rid of all the grime from your day in the mines. Toilet. Please note these toilets are no longer in use. What was in here, Sheldon?
Just more lockers.
Oh, just more lockers, were they? Oh, yeah. Pascoe, Maine, Brewer. What's this one? Maine. So that's M. Maine. Oh, maybe he had two. Unless there's like two M. Maines at work here. Underground manager Harold Grenfell, level 12, back in 1957. Here's Garfield Geach. I assume that's pronounced Geach. He was one of the mine, was he the mine captain or the superintendent or whatever he was? And Mike Maine, so M. Maine. So presumably Garfield Geach. And that's Mike Maine. And Mike Maine's locker, it's right there. Like I said, there was another one. This is another, I don't know why he had two. Maybe he was very important.
You've got lovely pictures from here of all the different minings.
Yeah, it's good actually. Actually, one thing they have got, like I said, they've put a lot of pictures up, haven't they, of all the people that used to work here back in the day. Don't see my uncle anywhere. He was here somewhere.
Right in a minute.
But right in a minute, yeah. So your changing rooms back that way, I think was, what was that for your senior miners, wasn't it? And then in here was like your men. Yeah, look at that. Come in here, get yourself sorted.
I didn't realise just how appropriately I dressed today.
Appropriately or inappropriately?
Appropriately, because my clothes match the colour of everything.
They do actually, yeah. Yeah. Wow, this is amazing. Francis Vickers staff, 1947 to 2017. So he's obviously passed, but...
So this sign here It's just saying April 1986 is when Geevor Mine closed. Called it a sad, cruel April.
But it still functioned though until 1990, didn't it? So there must have been some sort of, maybe it was breaking it. Well, yeah, I suppose, yeah. This is quite, I was just about to say, this is really quite eerie, isn't it? If you like walk down here, I won't go as far as saying like horror movie-esque, but gosh, yeah, this is just like left as it was. Gosh, imagine just coming up here to your locker, getting yourself sorted, getting in your gear, and heading down to the mine. That's locker 627. Pair of boots up there, look. This has got a tea urn. Tea was supplied to the workforce from this urn right up until early, right up until the early 1980s. It was made by Dryman.
By the Dryman.
The Dryman. Oh, the Dryman.
Early on a Monday morning and topped up daily with more tea leaves and hot water. So on a Friday you could still be drinking Monday's brew.
Yeah.
Nice.
It states here, this is the Dryman store. I thought Dryman had like a capital like D. I thought it was like a company or something made by Dryman. I thought, who's Dryman? But then you pointed out that it was, you know, the Dryman. Yeah. Oh, look at the old fairy liquid bottle. You don't see them like that anymore, do you? Naked miners only beyond this point. Oh, I actually thought that was someone standing there. Cheeky. Gosh, look at all these open showers, these communal showers. You crack on, you do your day down in the mine, come up here and get naked with all your mates, and get in there and do a bit of showering. Whoa, just fell down that step. More nice photos. Yeah, loads and loads of photos of all the miners here. It's really good, actually. Gosh, we're going right back here, look. Carn Shaft, 1914 to 1919. Yeah.
And they're lovely pictures, I mean.
They are, yeah. I mean, look at that. His face. It just tells a story, doesn't it? Errol Bowes. I won't trip over that step again. Sinks and all that. I mean, obviously they're not going to work, but we can try. We can try. That's Jim Waterfield. Victory Shaft Bank, 1968. Please note these toilets are no longer in use. Ear protection must be worn. Why would you need ear protection for the bathrooms? This is really weird, isn't it? That you can just walk around, like
I said, it feels very intrusive.
it does feel a little bit intrusive, yeah. Imagine if there was someone in there, like, sitting down and you just warned me about that step again. We did it. The end. Look at that, someone's written there, look. The end. 16th of the... Why is my mind not working? 2?
16th for the second.
Second, yeah. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, it's like a back to front S, isn't it? Yeah. My mind wasn't engaging on that. But yeah, so yeah, someone's written there, the end, 16th of February, 1990 was when it did finally close. Although it did state over there 1986, but it was probably being wound down maybe over that course of time and whatnot. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Herbie. Happy birthday, Herbie. The doom and gloom is not over yet. There's a Dryman Cosmo Leo. Look at this. Get your coffee. Instant white coffee. Yeah, because there's your tea urn. Hot chocolate. Wow.
So the name The Dry originates from the 19th century. Steam pipes from the beam engines were passed through the change house, allowing the miners for the first time to dry themselves and their clothes before leaving work for home. Prior to this, mine workers had to walk home in their wet, dirty clothes, often across open ground in all weathers. The Dry was a major improvement to the quality of life of early miners, and their name has remained.
The Dry, yeah, amazing. What I like about this picture of Cosmo, the dryman, he's literally standing right where that photo is put. Because there's the coffee dispenser over his shoulder, and there's the door which is there, so he's literally standing right on that spot. I like things like that. This is actually my favourite area of the mine so far that you can visit, because this is like the human story of it all. You see the names on the lockers, or just the numbers in the case of like the regular workers here. Their clothes all hanging up, their helmets, everything here, just like left, like when this mine closed. I think, yeah, this is the most fascinating bit to me. Even silly little things like this coffee dispenser here. You know, this is amazing. Insert one 10p coin, so you get a 10p drink. 10p. Yeah, this is my sort of like favourite bit. It's like how people lived and worked and whatnot. Boot washing. After coming up from underground, miners were expected to wash their boots before going into the Dry. However, this was rarely done, much to the dryman's dismay. And up here on the wall, like all these mug shots of all the men that used to work here. Detonator Transit Store. The Det House. At the start of each shift, the miners who used explosives underground would pick up the detonators, or dets, they required for that shift from this store. The leather pouches were used for electric dets, and the cloth bags for burning dets. Right, Shelbel, I'm chacking, so let's go and get a cup of coffee. Open cafe this way, let's get in and see what we got. We were just saying that we could buy anything from here and Matilda would be happy, because she's really loving her rocks and all at the moment. Yeah, just lots of stuff here, lots of stuff produced by this mine, wasn't it? Or like Cornish mine, like tin, lots of tin here for sale.
I've got lots of Cornish tin jewellery.
Yeah. Yeah. Stuff like that. Oh, and some like plushes, seagull plushes. I'm always drawn towards plushes. But not seagull plushes. Okay, gonna head into the cafe for a drink because, yeah, I'm chacking. little overview of the cafe. All the seats by the windows are occupied, so we've like opted for these like comfortable sofas. But we do quite a lot here. This is like the drinks menu, just like your, you know, your coffees, teas, etc., cold drinks and whatnot. Shellbell's got the menu over there. They do like burgers, flatbreads, grilled sandwiches, your mains like your ham, egg, and chips, not chicks. You've eaten here a couple of times, haven't you?
Yeah,
And
really nice.
really good food, yeah.
The breakfast is delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you could come here just for the food. You wouldn't need to come to visit the mine. I would absolutely recommend it.
Your hot chocolate looks nice. Yeah. And I went with an iced coffee. And we're just waiting on our food. We didn't order a huge amount. We just ordered like a flatbread.
Flatbread and some dirty fries.
And some dirty fries just to share it, didn't we? Nice. That's a very nice iced coffee. Yeah, nice. It's just it's like a bucket of hot chocolate. It is quite big, isn't it? Looks very nice. Yeah, is it good?
Yeah.
It's not like a tepid chocolate, because
No,
we
it's
often
not.
find that, you know, these.
Yeah, my biggest complaint about hot chocolate, and I love hot chocolate, is that it quite often comes out tepid, but that is a hot chocolate.
Excellent. We're just waiting for our dirty fries to arrive, but look at this. This is the halloumi flatbread. Looks really good. Like you say, you do get good meals here.
It would be light.
Well, yeah, we've got a light dinner, yeah, a light snack. But look at it. Yeah, those chips are good. Look at that like proper salt on it. Nice. And the dirty fries have just arrived. What was it? So it's obviously cheese, there's ketchup on it, mustard. Was it brisket?
Barbecue pulled brisket.
Barbecue pulled brisket. It's very delicious. And those fries, by the way, are really good. So I'm sure that, well, it all looks good. It's very delicious. Yeah, I like it here. Right, going in on this very sticky, messy halloumi flatbread. Looks good. I like squeaky cheese, don't you? And obviously they quite often put sweet chilli on it, and it's oozing everywhere. Really delicious. Just saying that you cannot beat Coca-Cola from a glass bottle, can you?
Best way to have it.
I think it is the best way to have it. I think number one, glass bottle. Number two, fountain Coke.
As long as it's
As long as it's like all primed and ready to go. 3 from a can, 4 from the plastic bottle. I think that's the order in which Coca-Cola should be consumed, but definitely glass bottle all the way is the best way. Shelley up there just taking care of business. That really was a delicious lunch. We couldn't finish all the chips. There were so many chips, but I highly recommend this cafe. You can just come here separate to the museum itself. You can just park in the car park and walk down to the restaurant here, cafe, as they describe it, so you don't have to pay admission. So yeah, highly recommend doing that. Just looking at these books here and spotted this. Mines of Evan. We're going to leave a video there. What a super place to come to. I highly recommend popping out to Geevor if you have an interest in Cornish heritage, mining history, all that sort of stuff.
coastal paths.
Coastal path.
Good food.
The food, yeah. I did say that you don't have to pay admission. You can just go straight down to the cafe.
You can just come here and go straight to the cafe, which, if you're in the area and you're looking for somewhere for something to eat, something to drink, highly recommend the cafe. It's really, really delicious.
Yeah, I've had a coffee there before, but I've never eaten there. So I was quite impressed. We only had something relatively light, really.
Yeah, we had a flatbread and some chips.
Yeah, the burgers look good when they were being brought out.
Honestly, it's all good. I've had all sorts
I'll
of
have to do a burger review from there one day.
or a pasty review.
Yeah, the pasties look nice, but it was only a vegetable one, and you know.
All the
you know
meat
me.
ones had sold out. So.
Yeah, we were going to go for a pasty, weren't we? But anyway, appreciate the watch. Do all the usual YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, smash the bell, and you'll never miss it on any video that we put on YouTube. We're on social media.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and TikTok at The Bryce Side.
So check us out there. So from us to you, cheers and gone. Oh, she's gone. Like, there's just a wall there now.